Mr. Stag here. Imagine a single company so vital that Apple, NVIDIA, AMD, Qualcomm, and even the US military depend on it. A company that sits at the center of global trade wars, technological revolutions, and trillion-dollar markets. That company is TSMC, the Taiwan semiconductor manufacturing company. Without it, your phone wouldn't work, your car wouldn't drive, and AI might not even exist. Today we'll dive into the extraordinary story of how TSMC came to dominate the world's semiconductor industry. From the early life of its founder, Morris Chang, to the company's rise as a $1+ trillion powerhouse, and its strategic importance in global geopolitics, this is the story of TSMC. Morris Chang was born in 1931 in Ningbo, China, into a family that valued education and resilience. When the Second Sino-Japanese War intensified, his family fled to Hong Kong, and eventually, Chang moved to the United States for higher education. Chang's uncle and a professor at Northeastern University assisted him in applying to Harvard University, where he was accepted. He attended Harvard before transferring to MIT, where he completed his studies in mechanical engineering. Despite his intelligence, he faced the subtle and overt prejudices that many Asians did in mid-20th century America. Still, his brilliance could not be ignored. Before founding TSMC, Morris Chang was already carving a path in the semiconductor world. In 1955, he turned down a job offer from Ford Motor Company, instead joining Sylvania Semiconductor, a small semiconductor division of Sylvania Electric Products. There, he was tasked with improving germanium transistor yields and advancing device development. This early experience gave Chang invaluable insight into semiconductor production challenges, shaping the engineering and operational expertise that would later fuel TSMC's rise to global dominance. Chang joined Texas Instruments, where he worked on semiconductor research and rose quickly through the ranks. It was here that he learned the intricacies of chip design and manufacturing, skills that would later prove pivotal in founding TSMC. Chang's early years instilled in him a mix of discipline, persistence, and vision. During his 25-year career, 1958 to 1983, at Texas Instruments, he rose up in the ranks to become the group vice president responsible for TI's worldwide semiconductor business. He would later reflect that facing adversity prepared him for the challenge of building a company from scratch in a country that had never manufactured cutting-edge technology. In the 1980s, Taiwan was transforming. The government wanted to shift its economy from textiles and traditional manufacturing to high-tech industries. They envisioned a semiconductor industry but lacked experienced leadership. Enter Morris Chang. Chang proposed an audacious idea, a pure-play foundry model. Unlike Intel, which both designed and manufactured its chips, Chang envisioned a company that would focus solely on manufacturing chips designed by other companies. This was a radical concept at the time. With backing from the Taiwanese government and a partnership with Philips, TSMC was founded in 1987. Chang's vision was simple but profound. Focus on manufacturing excellence, investing in cutting-edge technology, and serving the needs of fabless semiconductor companies. The first days were challenging. Building a semiconductor fab requires billions of dollars, precision engineering, and meticulous process control. Chang leveraged both his technical expertise and leadership skills to attract talent, instill discipline, and convince investors that a new type of semiconductor company could succeed. TSMC's foundry model changed the global semiconductor landscape. By manufacturing chips for companies like NVIDIA, AMD, Qualcomm, and eventually Apple, TSMC became indispensable. Startups and established companies are no longer needed to spend billions building their own fabs. They could outsource production to TSMC. Chang's strategy was meticulous. He invested heavily in research and development, ensuring TSMC stayed at the cutting edge of manufacturing technology. Each generation of chips required smaller nodes, higher yields, and precision that most companies thought impossible. From 0.35 micron process nodes in the 1990s to the cutting-edge 3 nanometers and 2 nanometers processes today, TSMC consistently pushed the envelope, establishing itself as the go-to partner for high-performance chips that power everything from iPhones to AI supercomputers. By delivering on these promises, TSMC not only earned the trust of its customers, but created an ecosystem where innovation thrived without the massive capital burden of owning a fab. The early 1990s were crucial. Semiconductor demand was skyrocketing, and companies increasingly relied on TSMC's ability to produce advanced chips efficiently. Chang's leadership ensured that TSMC became synonymous with quality, reliability, and technological advancement. In 1994, TSMC went public on the Taiwan Stock Exchange at NT$4 per share. The IPO marked the beginning of a financial journey as impressive as its technological ascent. Investors who believed in Chang's vision were handsomely rewarded. A modest $10,000 investment at the IPO would have grown to millions today, a testament to the power of long-term vision, patience, and the transformative potential of semiconductors. TSMC's financial growth was also fueled by its ability to attract global customers. By producing chips for the world's leading technology companies, the company created a steady revenue stream. By 2025, TSMC's market capitalization exceeded $1 trillion, making it one of the most valuable companies in the world and cementing Taiwan's status as a global technology powerhouse. TSMC is not just another semiconductor manufacturer, it is the backbone of modern electronics. Under Morris Chang's leadership, the company expanded globally, opening design centers, sales offices, and advanced R&D facilities around the world. The US, China, and Europe became key markets, while partnerships with major tech giants cemented its reputation as an essential cog in the global tech supply chain. Strategic expansion also allowed TSMC to weather regional crises, including trade tensions and natural disasters, by diversifying its manufacturing footprint and supply chain partners. Nearly every advanced chip used in smartphones, computers, gaming consoles, and AI processors are manufactured in TSMC fabs. Apple relies exclusively on TSMC for iPhone processors. NVIDIA and AMD depend on TSMC for AI and high-performance gaming chips. Even the US Department of Defense relies on TSMC for secure and advanced microchips. The company's dominance has created an intricate web of global dependence. A disruption in TSMC's production, whether due to natural disasters, political tensions, or technical challenges, could ripple across the entire global economy. Experts often compare TSMC to Saudi Arabia's oil reserves, a critical resource that powers the world. TSMC is expanding its global footprint with significant investments in new fabrication plants. Notably, the company is constructing Fab 21 in Arizona, USA, which is expected to commence production in 2025. Additionally, TSMC is involved in the Japan Advanced Semiconductor Manufacturing JASM project in Kumamoto, Japan, with plans for a second factory expected to be operational by 2027. TSMC's location in Taiwan adds a layer of geopolitical complexity. Taiwan is a potential flashpoint between the United States and China. Analysts repeatedly emphasize that semiconductors have become the new oil, and TSMC is at the heart of this strategic resource. China has invested billions into domestic chip production, but it remains far behind TSMC in advanced process technology. Any conflict involving Taiwan could severely disrupt global technology supply chains, affecting everything from smartphones to electric cars and AI servers. TSMC's role in this delicate balance has made the company a focal point of international politics and economic strategy. By the 2010s, TSMC had firmly established itself as the world's leading semiconductor foundry, producing over 50% of the world's outsourced logic chips. Its dominance wasn't just in volume, but in technological leadership. Companies like Apple and NVIDIA chose TSMC over competitors for the most advanced nodes, knowing that cutting-edge manufacturing could make or break their next-generation products. This combination of scale, technology, and reliability made TSMC virtually untouchable and created enormous financial value for investors. Morris Chang retired in 2018 at the age of 86, leaving behind a company that transformed Taiwan and the global tech industry. His personal net worth, estimated at around $3 billion, pales in comparison to the influence he wielded. Chang's legacy is measured not just in dollars, but in the technological ecosystem he built, a network of companies that could innovate without the enormous cost of building semiconductor fabrication plants. Chang demonstrated that vision, perseverance, and leadership can create not just a company, but an industry. He is celebrated as the godfather of semiconductors, and his philosophy continues to guide TSMC's approach: invest in technology, prioritize customer trust, and never compromise on quality. TSMC faced numerous challenges over its history. The Asian financial crisis, the rise of competitors in South Korea and China, and global trade tensions all tested the company's resilience. Yet, TSMC consistently adapted, whether by investing in new fabs, refining processes to reduce defects, or innovating business models to meet client demands. Even the COVID-19 pandemic and semiconductor shortages highlighted TSMC's critical role in the global economy as tech companies, automakers, and governments scrambled to secure chips. TSMC today is an undisputed leader. It produces chips at 3-nanometer nodes and continues to invest in the next generation of semiconductor manufacturing. The company employs tens of thousands, generates tens of billions in annual revenue, and continues to serve the world's leading technology companies. Its influence extends beyond business. TSMC has become a symbol of Taiwan's technological ingenuity, proving that an island nation can compete with global giants like Intel, Samsung, and Qualcomm. Investors, governments, and companies around the world monitor TSMC closely because its performance affects global markets, product timelines, and technological advancement. TSMC's story is not just about chips or revenue, it's about vision, persistence, and creating something the world didn't even know it needed. From a fledgling company in Taiwan to a $1+ trillion powerhouse, TSMC has become indispensable to modern life. Morris Chang's journey from a refugee fleeing war to an engineer facing discrimination to the founder of the world's most important semiconductor company is a testament to ingenuity, perseverance, and strategic foresight. Without TSMC, there would be no iPhones, no AI servers, no Tesla, and no NVIDIA GPUs pushing the boundaries of artificial intelligence. TSMC proves that one person's vision, combined with careful planning and relentless execution, can create a global empire that shapes technology, economics, and geopolitics. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this origin story, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to Stag Research, your go-to channel for business deep dives and founder legacies. Got a hot take on TSMC's future? Do you think China will ever catch up, or is TSMC's dominance unshakable? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Mr. Stag, logging off.